10 Most Psychotic Girlfriends in History. Have you ever found yourself in a relationship where things seemed a little off? Maybe she was too controlling, too jealous, or her behavior was downright disturbing. Well, imagine being in a relationship with someone whose actions make the phrase toxic feel like an understatement. Today, we're diving into the world of some of the most psychotic girlfriends in history. These women's behavior was so extreme, it's hard to believe they were capable of such manipulation, violence, and obsession. If you're ready to be shocked, keep watching. We'll uncover the stories of 10 women whose actions could only be described as truly psychotic. 1. The infamous Black Widow, Judy Buonono. Judy Buonono might not be a household name for many, but her crimes were absolutely chilling. Known as the Black Widow, she had a disturbing pattern: marry, kill, and collect the insurance. It's believed that she killed her husband and even her son, all to claim life insurance money. Her psychopathic tendencies were evident in how she manipulated people into trusting her, only to betray them in the most lethal way. She used poison to kill her victims, which she administered so subtly that it seemed like natural causes. She was eventually caught, but her ability to hide in plain sight is a testament to how psychotic she truly was. 2. The Angel of Death, 𝐏𝐒𝐂𝐃. 𝐏𝐒𝐂𝐃 is one of the most notorious women in Canadian history. She played a central role in the horrific crimes committed by her husband, Paul Bernardo. Together, they tortured and murdered multiple young women, including Carla's own sister, Tammy 𝐏𝐒𝐂𝐃. What made Carla's actions even more chilling was the fact that she helped her husband lure these women and even participated in their abuse and killings. Despite this, she was initially given a light sentence, a controversial deal that some still debate today. Carla's cold manipulation and willingness to commit unspeakable crimes make her one of the most psychotic girlfriends in history. 3. The obsessed lover, Aileen Wuornos. Aileen Wuornos is often remembered as a notorious serial killer, but her relationship history is just as disturbing. Throughout her life, Aileen struggled with various issues, including abusive relationships and manipulation by those around her. However, her final relationship with Tyria Moore is what takes the prize for the most toxic and dangerous. Aileen's obsession with Tyria fueled her violence, ultimately leading to a killing spree that left several men dead. Tyria, on the other hand, was said to have encouraged Aileen's actions, manipulating her emotions to suit her own needs. Their relationship was a true mix of psychotic obsession and cold-hearted manipulation, proving that even in love, some people can reach the darkest places imaginable. 4. The psychotic con artist, Anna Sorokin, aka Anna Delvey. Anna Sorokin, known by the alias Anna Delvey, is the epitome of a psychotic girlfriend who was willing to manipulate her way into the lives of the wealthy. She pretended to be a Russian heiress with a vast fortune, all while deceiving and scamming everyone around her. What makes Anna's story even more unsettling is that she used her charm and beauty to get close to successful men and women, luring them into her web of lies. Her relationships were filled with deceit, as she tricked her partners into thinking they were in a genuine relationship, only for her to use them to further her own financial gain. Her actions were not only psychotic but carefully calculated, showing the lengths some people will go to for power and wealth. 5. The Fatal Attraction, Glenn Close's character in Fatal Attraction. While not based on a real-life woman, the character of Alex Forrest, played by Glenn Close in the film Fatal Attraction, is one of the most iconic examples of a psychotic girlfriend in cinema. In the film, Alex becomes obsessively attached to her lover, Dan Gallagher, after a brief affair. When he tries to end the relationship, Alex refuses to let go. Her behavior escalates to stalking, threatening, and ultimately, committing violent acts, including the infamous scene involving the family pet. Though fictional, the portrayal of Alex's obsessive, destructive, and dangerous behavior reflects the real-life psychotic tendencies of some women in relationships. The film's impact on pop culture was so profound that it made Fatal Attraction synonymous with obsessive, psychotic behavior in relationships. 6. The manipulative mistress, Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden's story is one of the most infamous in American history, marked by brutal violence and strange motivations. In the late 1800s, Lizzie was accused of brutally murdering her father and stepmother with an axe. While there's no definitive evidence that she had a psychotic relationship with anyone, some historians believe that her complicated, Repressed emotions and the oppressive atmosphere in her home led her to act out in a murderous rage. Her cold demeanor and the bizarre nature of the killings combined with her ability to manipulate public perception earned her a reputation as a chilling figure in American criminal history. 7. The crazed love killer Bonnie Parker. Bonnie Parker, known for her infamous partnership with Clyde Barrow, was not just a criminal, but a woman whose obsessive love for Clyde led her down a path of violence and destruction. Bonnie was deeply in love with Clyde and would do anything to be by his side, even if it meant committing robberies and murders. Their relationship was a dangerous blend of passion and psychotic obsession, and Bonnie's willingness to follow Clyde into a life of crime proves just how far someone can be driven by obsessive love. The couple's violent rampage across the American Midwest ended in their deaths, but Bonnie's loyalty to Clyde even in the face of extreme danger remains a stark reminder of the power of psychotic love. 8. The sociopath lover, Casey Anthony. Casey Anthony became a household name after being accused of murdering her young daughter, Caylee Anthony, in 2008. The chilling nature of her behavior, specifically her lack of emotion and bizarre actions after her daughter's disappearance, suggests a level of psychopathy rarely seen in public figures. During the trial, Casey's cold demeanor, her lies, and her inability to show remorse were key factors that led many to believe she was capable of far worse. Some speculated that her actions were driven by a deep need to be free of parental responsibility, showcasing the psychological underpinnings of her psychotic tendencies. 9. The jealous lover, Rebecca Schaeffer's killer. Rebecca Schaeffer, a young actress, became the victim of an obsessive and dangerous fan named Robert Bardo. Bardo became fixated on Schaeffer after seeing her in a TV show and began writing her increasingly disturbing letters. He even went so far as to stalk her and eventually murder her in 1989. What makes this case even more unsettling is how Bardo's delusion about his relationship with Rebecca grew over time. He believed that she was somehow his true love, even though she didn't know him at all. His psychotic obsession with her led to a senseless tragedy. His actions highlight the dangers of extreme jealousy and fixation in relationships. 10. The stalker, Teresa Saldana. Teresa Saldana's story is another one of obsession and violence. She was an actress in the 1980s who became the target of an unrelenting stalker named Arthur Richard Jackson. Jackson had fixated on Saldana for years, convinced that they were meant to be together. His obsession grew to such an extreme that he traveled to Los Angeles from New York and, after several failed attempts to meet her, violently attacked Saldana outside her home. Thankfully, Saldana survived the attack, but her stalker's psychotic behavior left her with a permanent scar. His obsessive love and violent tendencies are a stark reminder of how a relationship can turn deadly when one person's obsession knows no bounds. These stories serve as a chilling reminder of the destructive potential of psychotic relationships. Whether driven by obsession, manipulation, or delusion, the women featured here displayed some of the most extreme behaviors ever witnessed. They remind us that while love can be powerful, it can also be a dangerous force when it becomes twisted. As unsettling as these tales are, they offer valuable lessons about the importance of healthy boundaries, self-awareness, and recognizing the signs of toxic relationships before it's too late.